TV provider YouTube TV and our affiliate network ABC are in a contract dispute. That's why ABC programming is off of YouTube TV. It'll be that way until a deal is reached, which includes all ABC programming. KSAT 12 is an affiliate of ABC and does not have any say in this matter. All our newscasts continue to be streamed on the KSAT Plus app on your smart TV or mobile device. If you watch KSAT 12 on something other than YouTube TV, you are not affected. This also does not affect any clips or shows from KSAT that you watch on YouTube. As negotiations continue, we will keep you updated as this develops. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar confirms that members of his jail administration will not be disciplined. This after an inmate escaped from the courthouse last year. The suspect, Antoine Foster, was in a wheelchair when he got up, hit a deputy, and ran off, causing a manhunt to unfold downtown. Foster was eventually caught, but records uncovered by KSAT Investigates reveal top brass at the jail had been told at least 13 months earlier that Foster could use his legs and was possibly manipulating the system.
My understanding that the nature of that email was not, hey, we've seen this guy walking around and running around, jogging around the block. It was that they were in the process of relocating inmates from the hospital area to the jail. And an email was sent that regarding this particular inmate that, look, we can probably stand to move him to the jail because they had seen him doing some rehab type exercises.
Monday on the night beat, a closer look at the security lapse and how the discipline case may play out. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Your time, 5:43. Shelby, you were telling me this morning we got as low as 48 degrees.
Yes.
A nice change of pace, but how long will it last?
Well, I mean, any sort of cooler temperatures compared to the 60s we all just recently saw, anything is better than that. I think most of San Antonio agrees. And the good news, JP, is we're still kind of in a little bit of that rut where we're seeing those cooler temperatures. But I do have some bad news. We are expected to see a little bit of a warming trend, closer and closer to some 50s to 60s to even 80s in the afternoon each day towards the end of the week. But the good news is that although our temperatures may be slowly increasing, we're still going to stay relatively pleasant because of the low humidity throughout the next few days across San Antonio. But what we're watching is no chance of rain, at least in the immediate future. We're tracking some sort of moisture returning to the forecast, but that is about 7 days out. So we'll continue to keep you posted on the latest with that. But really, it's going to be a beautiful week despite the temperatures slowly changing. And in fact, the sun is just about to set here in San Antonio as you take a look on beautiful downtown San Antonio. Temperatures this morning at the airport was reported 48 degrees. Our peak temperature only got to 73, very much closer to our average and not our record peak temperature. And the reason we're seeing temperatures still in the 40s this morning was, yes, we had that good push of that cool Canadian air last week in Tuesday and Wednesday. But another way we really allowed to reinforce some of that cooler temperature is that weak cool front that moved through yesterday. That also brought the chance and even the strong to severe thunderstorms. We saw hail up in Garden Ridge and in areas of Seguin. And really all that cooler air was able to settle in just a little bit. But what we're watching to be the next weather maker in allowing for that possibility of some warmer temperatures is that area of high pressure just to the west of us. And that's going to be the weather maker, not only allowing our temperatures to increase, but also the bad news, really next to no rain over the next few days. We're watching a small chance, like I mentioned, for some sort of small rain chances next week, but really those are going to be very minimal. And here's the good news. The no rain was the bad news. The good news is those dry conditions. Yes, with the dry conditions and the stronger winds, we do have that risk because of our drought to be worrying about some chances of some wildfires. But otherwise, we're still going to be dry to pleasant. We're still going to see a little bit of that humidity in the mornings, which are also going to stay in the 40s and the 50s. That warming trend, like I mentioned earlier, allowing our peak temperature to, or our morning temperatures, I should say, to get to the mid to upper 50s later on in the week. But really, the next few mornings, tomorrow morning, 48, Tuesday morning, 50. So it's still going to be very much gorgeous. And our afternoon temperatures, yes, we're seeing that warming trend to be in the 80s. But the 80s, low humidity, some chances of some fog and some slightly breezy winds. It won't feel as muggy and won't feel as warm as, let's say, just a few weeks ago or even last week when we were sitting in the 80s and it felt so much warmer.
Some stuff. Looking forward to it. Not the warming trend, but, it's not a bad forecast. Thanks for that, Shelby. Looking over at NFL Sunday, the Texans, my Texans, suffered 2 losses today. One, obviously, in the win and loss column there, but also in their starting quarterback.
Yes, unfortunate to see C.J. Stroud go down after he was hit trying to slide for a first down. He left the game with a concussion. Also, the Texans' entire offense came by the leg of Ka'imi Fairbairn, and that's where things really went wrong. We'll recap all of the action in H-Town. And the Spurs are in Phoenix tonight. They're going for 6 straight to start the season. We're also talking Cowboys and Longhorns after the break. Welcome back. The Broncos paying H-Town a visit this afternoon. The Texans weren't able to capitalize on their first drive, so Danico Autry makes sure Denver doesn't either with his 14th career blocked field goal. Ensuing Texans drive, beautiful play. C.J. Stroud connects with Dalton Schultz for an explosive 47-yard gain. However, Houston really struggled in the red zone today, so Ka'imi Fairbairn gets the Texans on the board first. Start of the second quarter, Stroud scrambles up the middle. He slides short of the sticks, but he's hit hard on the way down. A scary moment, and Stroud left the game with a concussion. Denver takes over after Houston punts, and Bo Nix is picked off by Kalen Bullock. That gives Davis Mills and the offense another chance to find the end zone, but Mills is sacked. So Fairbairn boots in another field goal. 6-0 Texans when Nix lofts up a nice pass to Cortland Sutton. Sutton hauls in the touchdown catch, the first of the day. Denver takes the lead. Next Texans drive again. The offense is stalled, so Fairbairn adds another 3 points, and Texans led by 5 at the half. Houston adds another field goal in the third, but Denver ties it after Nix links up with R.J. Harvey, and the 2-point conversion was successful. So it all came down to this moment. A last-second field goal by the Broncos seals it. The Texans fall 18-15. Houston went 0 for 3 in the red today, and Fairbairn's 5 field goals accounted for all of the Texans' points, just short of the overall record. Sorry, you're not seeing the score, but again, Texans won 18-15. We'll have more from Stroud and his injury status, as well as the reaction from NRG Stadium tonight on the Night Beat.
I just wish we win on the road like we do at home. It's been the same. The energy's just been there for me and personally, and for the team. It's been there. I just gotta keep that consistent and rolling on out the game.
Last week, the Cowboys had arguably their worst game of the season versus Denver, and the week before that was their best, dominating the Commanders. That's the roller coaster you go on when you boast the best offense and the worst defense in the NFL. Now, beginning tomorrow, Dallas will embark on back-to-back Monday Night Football games with their bye week sandwiched in between as Kyler Murray and the skidding Cardinals visit AT&T Stadium. Arizona has lost 5 consecutive games, all by a combined 13 points. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:15 live on KSAT 12. Larry Ramirez will be live from AT&T Stadium all evening long. Also, join us here on KSAT 12 for our pregame show beginning at 6:30 tomorrow. We'll lead you right into the action. Will the Spurs push their historic 5-0 start to the season even further tonight in Phoenix? San Antonio is one of 3 undefeated teams left in the NBA, and they'll face the Suns as 5.5-point favorites. San Antonio is still without star guard De'Aaron Fox tonight, and Phoenix is missing Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. It was a great October for the Silver and Black. Just listen back to their energy on Thursday night after the Spurs beat Miami. The team's longest tenured player, Keldon Johnson, was happy to finally be talking about wins.
I don't think I've been part of it 4-game, 3-game, 2-game. Not for real. I don't think so, but it's always, new things.
Tired of losing. Been here for a long time, and it's been a journey, I can say that, but just tired of losing.
It feels great. It's not random. We didn't get those 5 wins randomly, We worked for it. We started the season strong, and we need to keep that streak going for as long as possible.
We'll see if they can do it. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have highlights and post-game reaction tonight on the Night Beats. Texas ascends to number 13 in the latest AP Top 25 poll after their second top 10 win of the season, taking down Vanderbilt 34-31 at DKR. It's the first time since week 6 the Longhorns are ranked in the top 15. Texas is now firmly back in the college football playoff discussion with a 7-2 overall record. Georgia, Arkansas, and Texas A&M loom. Now Texas spent all of October either on the road or at a neutral site. And Coach Steve Sarkisian talked about why that was a good thing after yesterday's game.
I think we're very hungry. You know, I think this team has grown very close together. And again, I didn't love our schedule, the fact that we were going to be gone for 42 days from home. But in the end, it was probably the best thing for us. It was probably the thing that we needed, was this group to really grow together and this group to really, you know, lock arms and battle and compete and fight together for one another, with one another, for a common goal.
Yeah, it's been a long month, I'll tell you that. But I think we've all grown closer together, and it's helped us in the long run. We just got to continue to press forward. This month of November is going to be no joke.
Texas Tech, on the other hand, is number 9 this week after beating K-State, and A&M stays put at 3 on their bye week. And Houston, we talked about them last week, they cracked the top 25. They fall out. Sorry, JP.
They fell out pretty quickly there in a disappointing matchup against West Virginia.
It happens.
But Texas A&M, that's going to be must-watch TV in a few weeks when they match up against each other.
Thanksgiving, just counting down the days.
Thanks for that, Mary. We'll be right back.